2 of our side control mesocycle. We're just going to do an OG version of the near side armbar. So again, we looked at last week, week 1, was we were looking to get side control with the frames cleared. Good. We're bad head and arm control, but Carl had no frames in. Sometimes when he bumps his hips, he gets his frames in here, and he has his frame against my hip. Game changes a little bit. Again, I'll be looking to try and kill this arm that we talked about last week. So it's not in my hip, and I'm keeping my head up. But sometimes, you know, guy's super strong and he's got this tucked, and I can't kill it. Okay, I try to use my hand, my knee, or my hip, and I can't kill it. So we need other options from here. So, first thing is, when I get my cross face, I want 3 fingers inside his armpit. I'm driving my cross face, making Carl look away from me. And I want to cut an angle, because it's difficult, okay, for me to turn him onto his side using the knee as a lever. Okay, I want to come under his arm with more leverage. So, right hand comes to the far hip. Okay, I cut an angle as if I'm walking around his head to north-south. And my right arm, the crook of it, comes under his elbow. Okay, I'm going to use this to turn him, but I'm not coming under his elbow. I want to control his torso, so I'm kind of coming more under his armpit, and I'm using my stomach to turn him onto the side. So I put my gut behind his shoulder. Okay, and again, the detail is, I don't want to be getting into the arm bar and dealing with Carl clenching his hands here. Okay, if I can avoid that battle of him clenching his hands. Okay, so the detail is, the second I turn him onto the side, my cross-face hand is going to grip the wrist. My second hand, which was in the crook of his arm, pulls it back to his hip. Okay, and from here, I'm going to do 3 things. My shin is going to come across his hip like this, driving force this way. Okay, my hip, okay, is behind his shoulder blade, driving force this way. I'm pulling now the crook of his arm, not into his hip, but into my hip. Okay, as I step up. So I'm driving force with my knee, driving force with my hip behind his shoulder, and I'm stiff arming this. Okay, see the way I stiff arm my left arm? Carl's chin is in his chest, so I'm kind of like the spine is out of alignment, which is uncomfortable for him. Okay, so one move, as I stiff arm this, the second this comes off, this is stepping over. Okay, and the minute my butt hits the mat, I let go. Okay, there's a lot of details in that. So we're looking at it again. But again, I want to kind of do it this way because I don't want to get into this kind of fight here. There are things I can do from here, but I'd rather not get into this fight. So if I set it up properly, at no stage do I want him gripping these hands. So again, can't kill that near side arm. So I grip under the armpit, driving my cross face to make him look away from me. Right hand comes to the far hip. I cut an angle. So now when I come under his elbow, I bring it right under his armpit, so I'm controlling his torso, and I use my stomach to turn him onto his side here, so he can't put his back on the mat. Latch onto the far side wrist, and I do this. Try to grab your hands, Carl. It's going to be difficult. From here, my knee comes up here. Okay, my hips is behind his shoulder, and then I do 3 things. So driving force forward with my knee, with my hips behind his shoulder. I'm pulling this as if you're starting a lawnmower. It's like a bow and arrow action to my hip. I step up my foot, and I don't see the way Carl's neck is bent, which is uncomfortable for him. As the second this comes off, my foot's coming over, and the minute my butt hits the mat, this is when I let go. I squeeze. And again, detail is my right foot is under his near side shoulder. My left foot is over his head. I've cut an angle, so I'm either going to be at 45 this way or 45 this way. And I've secured his wrist. I'm squeezing as I lift my hips. At a beginner's level, people sometimes do the near side arm bar like a slot machine.
Ka-ching! Okay, so I want to make sure everything's tight. And when I have it tight, see the way when my arm bar's loose, Carl's arm is hanging. But the second I pinch my knees together and pull my feet towards my butt, his arm sort of creates tension in it. So when I latch on, I have it. One more time. Pressure. This hand goes to here because if I walk and my hand's not there, Carl's going to follow me. Okay, comes to the far hip, cut an angle, which puts a lot more pressure on his face. Okay, from underneath the armpit, use my gut to roll him over. The second I roll him over, I'm immediately doing this. Okay, so I pull this to his hip, pin this to the mat. As my knee comes up, I don't want Carl spinning away from me here. Spin that rubber. From here, I come back. The detail was I plant my foot and I'm really stiff arming, like a neck, nearly cranking him there. So as he tries to turn away, it's not going to happen. And then from here, pull it to my hip, pressure forward. My hips are behind his shoulder. I stiff arm this, step over. Okay, so all the details on that, guys. Let's drill for 5.